I know people are chomping at the bit for every hot take imaginable. People are going to be angry no matter what happens. It has been a wild time, just as in Hardpoint for Falcons, it has been a wild ride. 0-20. We are right here, and that is just something to look at. In their average plus minus, it's not like they have been particularly close. This will be the 9th time that the Falcons have played a Skyline Hardpoint, and I know people think like, hey, it's a mixing map, maybe they'll just win one eventually, the spawns will just go their way. They're losing by an average of like 75 points, so yeah, things aren't looking good. Optic looking to take full advantage of the gift that has been bestowed upon them.
Will it keep giving? So far in the opening foray into the point, relatively even. 5 seconds going the way of the Falcons after the opening dive. And again, you are battling for just as much of the top side of the map to get yourself into the time as you are towards the new hard point. That's where Optic are going to be sitting for now. And a squirrely moment as everyone's guns are shooting hot right off the rip.
Yeah, not to keeping things under full control. Not a crazy amount of time on P1, but now they got the mini-map looking how they want it. Everybody tucked in a corner, and Dahum, he's in a patience battle against Pred, and I don't know if you watched CDL, Pred will absolutely wait longer on his belly, so he takes King before he falls, and unfortunate for Falcons, haven't made a ton of progression over towards P2. Wixel, though, trying to find the route.
He finds the route. He found an opening. Everyone from Optic goes to the left. He steps to the right, and now right down the middle, baits out another big win on a Shotzzy there. So a 2-2 split in the kills department. Optic will find the time for a moment. Exnid now, checking every possible corner. Checks it good. Gets 3 down in the feed, and that is a break for the Falcons.
I was gonna, never mind. He didn't need to find the route. Gets 2 big kills. Exnid gets through, and just like that, Optic maybe dropped the ball just a little bit on Skyline, but obviously plenty of time on P2 left to be played. Pred now flying forward, looking for some kills. Kenny, well, him and Dashy gonna fall in the feed, and that is a perfect 4-man wipe. And a good execution there for the Vegas Falcons. Maybe Miles' 9th time is the charm.
Hey, you never know. 2 hard points up to Kitchen. We go in a mo, but we've still got a decent chunk of time here. Good ass time, in the words of TJ Halley. Sort of fight over there by P2. And right now, it is still going to be the Falcons. The white arrows on the minimap soaking away with a decent lead now going into the 3rd hard point. Shotzzy will be the first man into the conflict. And he meets nothing but trouble. Another 2 down there for Optic on the approach to make it 3 hardpoint Falcons.
It's a perfect hold, and Wixel, the man leading the charge, double-digit kills already in a 4 spree. Unfortunately, meets the wrong end of Kenny's gun there. Headshot's gonna take him down, but King still in a nice spot. Little bit of mixiness on the break, but Optic have managed to get their way through. Pred picking up 2 to make it happen, so Optic stable for the moment, but they're working with a 40-point deficit. Pred is shooting his gun. That man does not miss.
Yeah, that was one of the most unbelievable wins, but irrespective of that, King 3, nearly 4, right into the point, looking for a solo break. Teammates not to be found, so again, the flow of Optic players into the point keeps the play alive. Exit, no 2. Shotzzy and Pred are in. Oh, Dahum right off spawn into the time, and now we find another King. Can you get it? Yeah, baby! Endless! Absolutely endless here on Skyline.
And look, I'm looking at the Falcons arrows, and they're tweaking a little bit, and unfortunately, number 7's going to spawn out, and number 8 dies. I was going to say, they're set up for the rotation. It looks like that has just gotten blasted the whole way through. Pred, meanwhile, they have to know someone's in the back, and hey, you don't got to play hide and seek. Kenny's just going to drop him, and what could have been there for the Vegas Falcons, Optic now have full control.
Starting to string a couple of kills together here in a big way. King's going to try to punch a hole. Spawners in. Shotzzy trying to buy a little bit of time as well. Nice spot to be in, super annoying, but the pull dip, no, it doesn't hurt him. Instead, it allows his teammates to get dropped in the back line. So there we go, Vegas Falcons with another clean break. Optic with an awkward spawn situation now, trying to get back in there. 30 to go here on bed.
The Skyline Classic, one team has full control, 10 seconds go by, map is just flipped on its head. Kenny, unfortunately, head is what he could not find in that moment. So the man on the back for the spawns for Falcons going to be there. Exnid just having a standoff battle. And maybe the name of the game on Skyline has just been patient. Whoever waits longer, glory comes their way. And after the first set of rotations, Vegas Falcons, they've accrued themselves a decent lead, 30 points as the new time pops.
We finally cross 100 into the 2nd set of hard points. Kills either side, more in the Vegas Falcons camp. Slow start from Dashy at 6 and 14, 8 and 13 for Shotzzy as well. We'll see if that can change in the 2nd set. As young Shotzzy now fighting his way forward. Lovely couple of pairs there. And the last man on point, Dahum with another 3 dead and more Vegas Falcons map control.
Yeah, and that's a moment where I think Optic just didn't know what direction to look. Shotzzy picks up 2. He gets shot in the back, and the arrows just turn the wrong direction for the final guy. And a lot of interesting moments in Call of Duty timing at its finest. Shotzzy finds the route. Wixel, that's going to be painful when he watches that back.
Well, Falcons so far with a decent lead. 20 seconds to go on P1. We're going to see if they can battle for spawns. Get your Duolingo out, folks. It's the Falcons listening.
واحد واحد سب الظاهر
انا بيانو انا شوف بيانو
بشوف كاتشب
بيانو ما اشوف اذا جاز
عندي
بلان
اثنين مسكتوه
اي ما اشوف اذا جاز بلان
انا شوف فرونت فرونت كيري مان عندي مين دب وايد سب عندي
اشوف بيانو علي بيانو
دخل
وشت بس بيانو كنب
انا ماسككم وايد سب
جاكم كيتشن
دخل على تايم بقى واحد بيانو بجيكم البيانو
بكسب اي سحبت عليه
بكسب تايم داش ادى شيء باين عليك الظاهر نقدم بيوني قدمت اشاره انا قدمت
انا شوف واكسب انبطح شوف
لا شوف اليسار
ولا شوف لا شوف
واحد جم
نايس دحوم شوف اليمين شوف قدامك ما عليك
غدر رسمون ها واحد بد مات
نايس اصبر
واحد بد برجع كري مني بيخش دخل يو قدام داشي شد قريب مات هذا راح وايد سب شوف لك مت كلها كمل غدر
انا شوفك
باقي واحد جم داشي صار مره وين شد
زين شوف كيتشن انا
قلبني.
يمين مفكوك يمين وصل
انا قلبني
واحد من التعليمات
عزل ابو حمد الحين برد تايم قلبني تايم
سام هجوم سام ها
يسار
نايس
Chance, it's your joke, really, but are we getting better at Arabic, or is that English in the comms?
Yeah, a couple cognates rolling through, but I would say, you know, Falcons, by the books on the fundamental side of Hardpoint, have actually been doing a really good job this game. Good rotations, locking down the back spawns, but then they just keep allowing the big plays to roll through. Final 25 seconds of scrap is great if they can get it, but if Pred doesn't pop a piece inside of this hill, could have been a devastating moment. Instead, it will continue to be a mixed game, and I gotta say, Miles, at this point in time, either team could still win it.
Yeah, very much. The closing of the second set has been an exciting one indeed. It's a slight lead for Optic Texas going into P1 again. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of both squads, man. I mean, it's furious gameplay. It's classic looks from Pred when it comes to finding sweet creddy spots when you get 3 dead every single time. Now Dahoom trying to battle for time. His teammates blow, they go. Exit to the front, and Pred again in the hill holds it for Optic.
Yeah, big moments in Pred. He's got a minute and a half inside the hill. He's got the most kills in the lobby. So I know he's trying to get the flow back for the team. World champions when they're at their best. And the better he looks, the better things are going to get. Once again, a beautiful mini map for Optic. If not for number 6, Exton being behind him, who's made his impact known. But 25 seconds to scrap from Optic. This is still gorgeous time.
Yeah, fantastic. 20 to go now. Actually looking towards Nu as well. Bad timing on Nu Exnid. Now you've got a massive opportunity for the Falcons to get these members of Optic out of the time and maintain spawns for Nu. Pred, though, having the game. 27 and 20. Nearly 2 minutes of hill time. He's doing it all. Now over towards Nu. And Shotzzy on the timing. But not the gunny. 3 dead again.
Hey, look, though, you just traded away a near full 60 on P1 to get this rotation down, so you better hold it like your lives depend on it. 17 seconds away, and Optic take map number 1. Now on the break, King the first to strike.
First to find another. Nice work on the second player and traded on, but a man upstairs. Optic with a manpower. Wait! King, what a three-piece. Not enough for the last man. That could be game. Wixel trying to save it here. Shotzzy finds a corner, finds a kill. Nearly the second. A last-minute break. 10 for the win, though, for Optic.
And they don't know where to look. Optic simply overwhelming P2. Not that kind of hill. Shotzi's reaction time on point, and the trades are in. And as nervous as the fans might have gotten briefly through a section of this game, Falcons 0-20, Optic taking full advantage. Getting the dub, and Pred getting it done in the objective. Quite frankly, it was that final P1 that really set Optic apart.
Oh, yeah, man. First 2 sets were outstanding, but Optic started to weather down the Falcons' resolve, started to pull apart those setups, and I mean, we saw it a couple of times. Good rotations, not necessarily enough on the setup. You find yourself playing really tight on the kitchen hard point, you get broken wide open, but good stuff out of Optic. They finally managed to rip the band-aid off. They see one go through the net, and they find themselves here in the lead in the series.
Yeah, and credit to Pred. I mean, ultimately, a really good game. 28 kills, leading the lobby. Great time inside of the hard point as well. And not just the super soaker sort of moments on the P1, but even on like the P4 break towards the end. Quite literally a man on a solo mission to make a dent in this setup, and he absolutely delivers. And I know the KD doesn't look great for Dashy, but you can see the damage output and assist absolutely there. So a more well-orchestrated effort for sure. Though admittedly from Optic, not quite a perfect hardpoint game, but a dub's a dub.
Hey, dub's dub, and Optic saw you needed a dub. It's been the first dub we've seen here in the stage 2 split, so kudos to them. And again, the stuff out of Falcons, it's getting better. It's getting worse at times, but that was not a terrible look there on Skyline whatsoever. We go to the red card now for the S&D. And again, you are expecting the bread and butter to be there. We heard the desk touch on this before, Chance. It seems to be one of the maps where you would give the Falcons a little bit more of an edge.
I mean, maybe ever so slightly, but I still think there's going to be a lot to prove. It's just the sort of one game mode where Falcons have displayed competence, but even then, I think they have the 11th overall like S&D win record in the league. So still pretty bottom of the barrel, but they will absolutely make you work for it. But I think Optic had to work for it a little bit here too, right? Falcons played a decent enough game, good rotations, trying to do the fundamental things, right? Just unfortunate, a few extra breakdowns here or there, and I mean, even moments like we just saw from King, like nearly a highlight reel play, picking up all 4, but in the end, Shotzzy just isn't that guy. Shuts that one down, and all smiles, all laughs. The map loss spree has been broken there from Optic, and you know, you just got to see one go in. You got to get one win in an official capacity and get the vibes flowing.
Yeah, and it is crazy to think as well. I mean, look how tight this hardpoint was. It was the final P1 that really broke the back of the Falcons there. And going into P2, again, it's sort of it's a mixy enough hardpoint. It's a trade-worthy hill there where you can get great time, you can go a little nuts, so they didn't have to score that many points there for the dub. Good stuff there out of Optic. Map 1 in the net. Here we go. Over to red card S&D. We'll see if they manage to pull things together there. The Vault Control, of course, will be the hump map here in the series. Whether or not that is a major defining point, we'll find out in a mo, but Charles, red card, how are we feeling about the Optic boys? Bad couple of weeks, obviously. What are they going to do here to find the dub?
Feeling very confident in their abilities, to be honest. I feel like red card is very much a map where you can have different ideas on a few different fronts, and I feel like Pred is a perfect player on this map. Like, things are going to be slow from time to time. You can let him analyze. You can let him find his cruddy corners to just go and approach and get those kills. So I think Optic certainly have the tools to make the map happen. Admittedly, very short notice for the new squad, so maybe a couple kinks to work out, but I think in this matchup, they'll be just fine.
We'll find out, folks. We'll find out. Again, stats going into this one. Plenty to ponder, plenty to wonder about. And I think for Pred, again, he's had a wonderful, return. It's been exciting on the social media front to see him back in, but hasn't necessarily been there for the game. And that's right, S&D in stage 2. Not fantastic. Pred yet to win an opening duel chance.
Yeah, everybody suffering in that category as well with the 0%. Certainly a standout stinger, but I think why red card specifically, once you talk it over, you get this sort of, you figure out where the mistakes are being made are the first time you play it. And now this is like their reposition time and buckle down going into the minors. So I have high expectations, but as noted, the Falcons will in fact make them work for it. But that is certainly a painful 4, especially, I mean, those are 3, elite caliber S&D teams. Carolina, Atlanta, like 2 of the top 3 S&D teams we have in the league right now. And then Minnesota, I mean, they're not too shabby in the game mode either. So Optic, again, you just got to see the ball go through the net. They got their hardpoint win. Now you get one for S&D, and then you continue your sort of your prowess throughout the minor.
Those of you just joining us again, the minor single elimination. You do not get a second life here in our tournament. You only get points if you get into towards the top 4 as well. Over towards the A-bomb site, we now go with the Vegas Falcons on the sword, whom will be up high, covering his boys up there. And first bloods, they certainly matter here on red card. Let's see who gets the first.
And if the stun doesn't hit anything, the nade certainly won't. So that gets expended there from Falcons as Kenny has been identified. Kenny definitely in a tough spot. He has Shotzzy here for a little bit of help, but Falcons an opportunity to try to put some pressure on. But by the looks of it, they're getting back down. 35 seconds burned off the clock. No first blood yet.
Optic are the ones, though, trying to take the initiative here. They're the ones pushing further forward. Shotzzy now able to find first contact. He and Kenny. The team shot is there, and King is now simply a red dot on the minimap. Shotzzy will pick it up. No more in that life, though. Xnid on the dance, 2v2.
And you got to be quick on your decision. You can isolate either one of these players from Optic, and that is Call of Duty timing at its finest. Again, another little moment, but Dahum can just call out, B site's clear. Xnid wants to swing himself over. And there is no intel on this approach, so this is just going to be a clean 2v2 retake. Pred and Dashy, see what they have in the clutch capacity. Certainly Dashy, I mean, he might have enough himself.
Frag is what he's got right now. That certainly helps. Will he need it? Oh, big damage from Dahum there on the coverage. Pred trying to get a little closer. Dashy on the flank. Pred through the side door now. Will this be given up at a moment? Oh, when you need it at the most. 2v1. Xnid going on a little bit of a route. And he's pulled the Optic boys with him. Back over to the side. Noise and bad timing. Xnid nearly pulls it off. 22 HP left on Dashy. What an opening round.
Yep, that was a good try, but Dashy is not that guy. You know, last year he was the most clutch player we had in the league, and then this year Dashy is also top of the leaderboards for most clutches in S&D. No shy shortage of 1v1s or 1v2, so in a 2v2 you have high expectations. And respected from Xnid, like, goes for the chow, doesn't want to play the finesse game. He just wants to take the gunfight to him, but as pointed out, he was just half HP, and Dashy obviously a man that does not miss.
Yeah, especially that sort of like close to mid-range. We've seen those gunfights up close, you know, going back to the 1v1 with Scrap. Legendary here on red card. Those days are long gone. That ain't happening again. Bomb getting exchanged hands quite a few times here. And Kenny will be the man to find up with it. In the end, there a little bit of moment from the Optic boys. Nobody home for these nades. Wixel might catch the tail end of that, but either way, a wide open A-bomb site right now for Optic.
And I think Optic, again, just with better like tack usage, have sort of bullied out the site. So they've been able to just take so much space. And Pred has found his corner that he wants. You get the bomb down. So, yeah, use the nades, use the stuns, get the full map set up, and you go from there. Optic, this is everything they wanted.
Pred is exactly where he wants to be, and he ain't moving. Dashy, first blood. And Pred will not move. He will let those players come to him. They might not take the low route. He's got Kenny with the coverage above him. So there we go. Now send it. Find those last kills. Whoa, King finds another. Kenny on the immediate bounce back. 3v1. Last left alive. Dahum, who will try to make a meal of it with 20 seconds to go.
Yeah, no hope here. You're just playing for some extra kills if you can get them. Maybe try to take down Dashy. Get a little bit of maybe juice flowing. Or just pray that the kill comes to you, which, I mean, frankly, it might. But either way, from Optic, another clean and comfortable round. Even on their previous defensive end, it seemed like they just had better nades and stuns, able to just sort of make sure you keep the defensive front line going. And Dahum, scared of the gunfight, didn't even want to look for it.
At the very least, he has a trophy going in the next round that did get finished up. Staying alive that long does have its merits here in Black Ops 6, but for Optic, yeah, 2 rounds in a row. The tack usage, again, I mean, Chuts, for the folks at home, you're able to throw your lethals and your tacticals, you're able to clear out parts of the map that you can't see. And on a map like Red Card, especially over by the A-bomb site, lots of little corners, lots of little nooks and crannies. It's huge, that information.
Yeah, I would say it's like a little thing that goes a long way. Like at this level, the information is absolutely crucial. And once again, Exton doing the same thing. You stun check it to see if anybody's there, and he's like, you know what? I'll just try to catch him with the nade. Maybe he wants to slow him down, but a little bit expended. Not a whole lot gained from it. Now he's made his way over towards the site, but he's tagged up. That's a great angle, though, to see underneath the bomb. Might be able to catch Dashy, but in the meantime, it's a 3v3.
Oh, he's reading as much as he possibly can. Gets a little bit of damage out. His teammates are flying on through for the trades, and after that, Dashy now 1v3. Good luck with this one, mate. And the Falcons will surely not concede an opportunity there to put him down and get on the board. Exnid again. Early aggression, a little bit of damage, lovely intel. The boys springing to life. We got ourselves a game.
Dude, Miles, I just want confirmation on this. I play this game all the time. I've played hundreds of games in ranked. I'm a grinder. That's the first time I've seen someone actually look underneath the bomb. I did not know you could do that.
We've done it. It's happened once or twice before in CDO matches, but it's not that common. Not that common at all.
I've missed that, but I got to steal that. So, yeah, writing that one down. Shout out to the Falcons out here teaching.
Doom on Skyline a couple of weeks ago now.
True. Yeah.
Dude, the boys got angles, man. Nerds. Here we go. Watching for those nades and stuns here. The Optic boys will be back at it again with the most classic of trophy placement. Nothing really lands, though. And again, space gained over towards A.
And Shotzi again uses the stun, clears out the space, capitalizes on it, gets right in position. And Optic, the slow creep over towards the A site where Wixel is there to meet him. That's another first blood from Wixel, 2 rounds in a row, and it baits out death. A 2 versus 3 now for the Optic boys. Pred trying to make the play, but I think he didn't get spotted. He's found the route to get through.
He didn't get spotted, but he didn't see him either. Dahum with a tight corner there on Dashy, and now Pred, his aggressive expansion will be punished. The Falcons back-to-back rounds over by the A bomb site.
Yeah, and credit to Wixel as well. Finds another first blood. Kenny gets a little bit too active, sort of outer net past the bomb site, and just gets caught. So Wixel's had 2 first bloods in a row, and maybe the stats graphic we saw from Optic, the first bloods certainly have been a bit of a problem throughout this stage, and struggles early on here on this map, but Vegas Falcons on the defensive end just playing a pretty clean game.
No one really able to get anything wild rolling here on red card just yet. You're hoping for more of a blowout situation here, but at 4 in a row, King might be sitting on the RCXD. And it has been relatively effective on this map. A streak that gets his fair share of criticism, and he does indeed have the RC, and he's managed to make his way through. Dashy with the perfect timing on the poke. He jumps up for the intel and the first blood.
That seems so psychotic to me for an SMG to like see Dashy and be like, I'm gonna move forward. I'm not gonna hide. I'm chowing, but hey, better player than I am. We'll see how that goes. Wixel, not a first blood, but able to bounce back, and Kenny couldn't finish and does have to back down. So we do have ourselves a 3v3.
A little moment like that, unable to capitalize on the second. A perfect nade over the top, and he gets the damage done. Still keeping the spree going. Wixel on a 4 now. He's close to streaks also. This 3v3 now over by A. Optic are making the route through the top side of the map. Dahum spots them out. And they dip out towards the B-bomb site, and that is where Wixel's going as well. He's about to run into all sorts of trouble. Can we get a kill out of this? Oh, it would have been ideal. Exnid now battling the 1v2. And that boy turned. That boy is turned, Chance.
Great for the turntness, not great for the old round win there. The 3v3, maybe some opportunities, but full sending it through mid, and the AR is just locking it down. I think Dashy was involved in 3 kills in a round. I don't know if Kenny ended up stealing the second one from him, from Dahum up top, but either way, you have an awkward moment like that if you're Kenny. Like Shotzi dies right next to you. You don't trade him out. What do? You don't force it. You don't break down. You make the veteran play. You reposition. Do something with your teammates. And him and Dashy catching Dahum up top, probably the biggest difference maker there in that round. But Dashy, nice little bounce back game. A slow start in the hard point, but fully here for the S&D.
Nice opening exchange shots. He aims in hand this round. No PDW. Trying to play those long lines now over by the A-bomb site. Spots out the shoulders of Wixel. King, not so sure, but Pred will be going in for at least some damage now. Doesn't get anything done. Gets killed in the end. So the 2-2 split here defensively, great for the Falcons, and even better after that kill.
Yeah, try to force it just a little bit too hard. This time Pred gets caught. And now we're going to see what Shotzzy and Dashy are made of. Again, Dashy has about the most clutches you could have on the year so far. So the round's not over. And on the defensive end, still only 2 players here for the Falcons. Their teammates not coming to help them at all. Wixel gets caught, and finally Falcons on the minimap starting to make moves, but too little, too late, or not. King, that is crazy work to take down Shotzzy.
Dashy's on quite the spree right now. 30 seconds to go. He's not going for the bomb. He's going for the wrap, and he might have timed this nice enough to let those players get by him. And Bruce working with no information whatsoever. 20 seconds to go now. The bomb is a little bit out of reach. The Falcons unaware as well. Oh, noise made. Nades now. Here we go. The final play of the round.
They think he went to B. Oh, dear. And he doesn't even plan. Yeah, Dashy's going to watch this one back and be heartbroken. That is a trolling minimap. I'm not going to lie.
He had a look. He had a good look. He had a moment. They needed it out. They didn't find him. He smirked towards the end, but regardless, Falcons, that's theirs. This is Wixel's kill. Just catching the shoulder of Kenny there. And again, the bottom of the stage, there's not a lot of cover there, folks. Nothing. It's barely concealment as those hit markers give you away. But that's fantastic work there from the Falcons. That's 3 rounds in a row. Or 2 and what? I forget it. It's 3-3.
Yeah, shout out King as well for that gunfight win against Shotzzy. I thought Shotzzy had tracked him the whole way through, but he just shreds. There's a first blood getting exchanged for a Dashy, traded out, and Pred, he's found himself a brand new corner.
Oh, it's a good corner as well. It's a known corner, though. It's a bangable corner. So it might not be ideal. We'll find out, though, in a moment just how that goes. Kenny's got the middle of the map all safe. Shotzi's on the inside of the bomb site now with Pred. So once the party starts, we're going to get it going fast. Checking through mail. Stun's not going to find anything. And it simply adds to the anxiety of the fight. And there's the trade. And here comes King. Brings out Shotzzy again. Last man left alive, Kenny. Makes it a 1v1. Will he guess right? Kenny gets the win. And there was a moment. I puckered up real hard. We're still smiles for Optic after that one.
Yeah, he YYs and loses that. Everybody toasts him, but it's all good. And only a 1 pump there from DeHoom. He just got caught completely off guard. So Kenny making plays there for that very short order 1 versus 2. King continues to have Shotzi's number, at least in S&D, but I know from Optic Texas, all is well that ends well, and smiles on their faces. Happy for the lead so far. Still, though, need to close out the game.
Yeah, it's been great work there. Dashy's 8-3 certainly helps. Shotzzy, it's a breadstick, but it's a nice one, isn't it? It's a tasty breadstick. Exit is on the verge of spotting out Pred here. And he sees it. He gets Shotzzy, though. So Pred, he was the early bird, and no worm, no cheese, no nothing. 4v2.
Ooh, well, Kenny's going to be forced to make a play, but I think Wixel might have this just dialed in. Or I don't know what angle had it on the minimap, but Kenny's found the route, so if there's any opportunity for this 2 versus 4, needs to find a pick, and then Dashy's going to have to get active behind that. But Call of Duty timing at its finest. And timing is not something I've had a lot of.
Holy. Kenny gets it.
Now Dashy's making moves. It's his turn.
Will he check right? He does not. That's the bomb dropped also. Now Kenny dealt with. Falcons start the round strong. A big man advantage early on, and they don't give it up there at the end with the trades. B-bomb site, man. A chance. We said it from the start of the year. It's been a continuing theme. I mean, so many corners, man. So many corners. One of the benefits of BO6, you can shoot doors open. You don't have to sort of worry about that kind of random element of which corners these players in when I can open up that field of view and eliminate that information for me. And more players not doing that. I suppose you're worried about the red dot, or I don't know. There's just so many more options in BO6. I love it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. That is good comms, and certainly something that Exonate had dialed in earlier, right? Like checking the spot that Pred was going to be, shoots him a little after the fact. So you could 200 IQ if you really want to. Just like Dashy's probably going to 200 big brain the RC car. He's going to be zipping around. And that just means Falcon's going to be another slow A approach. The hunt and the quest for this first blood continues. But Wixel has had a decent amount of success in this category, and he is getting active. Unspotted, and he has made it towards the stage. I don't know how many of these gunfights will necessarily fall in his lap. I think Kenny might have him eyed up.
Yeah, Kenny's going to get him bagged for a previous round at this rate. But unspotted, moisturized, and reasonably bothered. As Exnid can hear that trophy around him, Kenny has maybe given up the angle there on Wixel. So opportunity to get on the inside here. Get closer to the bomb site, and the Falcons are taking the shot.
They're trying to work the kill, or do you want to work the bomb plant? They're going for the bomb plant. It's a tough spot. Kenny, though, there you go. Another first blood from Wixel. Problem is, you're running out of time. Optic are hitting it. They don't want the bomb to go down. It might not make a difference. This is Pred for a 1v4.
1v4, but he's been spotted out. Can he find a kill? No, he cannot. Vegas Falcons, again, a massacre by the A bomb site. Pred's two-piece on the weak players was one thing, but the opening battle from the Falcons won. And a huge kill from Wixel from understage again, patiently pays off.
This is tough. Okay, one round away. And as you pointed out, yeah, Wixel, another first blood. Kenny maybe trying to do just a little too much because he had 3 different Falcons players that were sort of eyeing him down in that back position. But Kenny got the sort of weak call out over by the bomb, wants to find that extra kill, but couldn't get it done. And now from Optic, little bit of pressure is going to be on. On the attacking round they go, spread the map, play for picks. See what other corner Pred can find.
I mean, they're good corners, but they've not been that effective in this map so far for him. Bruce, not looking for a corner. Bruce, the tip of the spear, and he gets the damage in the King early. Is there anyone here to cover him? Not a single soul there to help out. A little late from Wixel, but we get the trade through in the end.
Yeah, I was about to say, thank God Wixel got that kill. I'd have been furious if I was King. But a 3v3. A mixy round as well. Optics swinging over towards the A site, but they should be spotted while they do it.
I think we might have to... Yeah, there we go. Wixel once again. Eye in the sky. Pred now up close with it. And the dance is on, though. Wixel, with the Strider in hand, cannot bring down the Australian. And now the bomb planted. A man advantage for Optic.
They're trying to group up through the middle of the map. The Falcons are as well, but Pred already in a different spot. And this is so tough to read and so tough to break down. Falcons are going to have to work for it.
This could be around 11 if we want to see some magic here from the Falcons. What can you pull out of the hat? 25 to go. Shotzi's on stage. Kenny on the close bomb. Exnid. If you can see him one way, you can see him the other. Here's the fight. Kenny wins it. Can't get a second. 1v2. Dahum now. Pressure on. And they're big shots in from either side. And Optic forced the round 11.
Yeah, and credit to Pred for that 1v1 win over towards that P2 area. Good thing he's battling against a pistol there in that moment, but the fight continues and nice shots to finish it off. But for this final round, Dahum does have an RC car. We'll see if Falcons do want to just make that initial investment or if they just want to play it straight up, but they got some toys to play with. Meanwhile, Optic probably just laughing at the fact that Shotzi's had his feet up all game.
All game.
If you win, a dub's a dub.
Bro, 100%. Is it 1-8 or is it 2-8? It's not looking fantastic. It's 1-9. Oh.
Yeah.
That's fine, man. Round 11. He's due a good one. Now he's up. No one's going to check Dashy down low. I don't think he was going to show themselves here. So once again, defensively, Falcons is a 2-2 split. Didn't work out last time, but Optic have got to try to run it back again. Oh, the early shots there from Bruce.
And look at this. It's going to be 3 men defending the B site for Falcons, and the bomb is certainly not going to be there. Wixel, he's got a green wall slowly walking up towards him.
Yeah, it's the walking barrage of Optic players, but it's silent so far. Wixel spotted out a bad angle, and he pays the price. Now, King, the next man into the fray. Bomb planting here from Kenny. Falcons making their moves. And King might be able to get through undetected.
Gonna have to break that glass, though. This is looking chalked.
Exnid has been spotted. Dashy passing over the information. No way he takes this fight. Surely, though, you start to pull some of the aggression from the defenders on the site, but no one from Optic budging. Pred now. More expansion in towards the bomb site. Finds himself 1. Damage on the King is huge, but the trade complete. Shotzi now forward, finds his second kill. And the last man, Exnid 1v2. And he is soaring. No fear and no time. What a moment. Optic Texas clutch up the round 11 and go 2-0. Shotzi, he's not having a great map, but a dub's a dub.
Oh yeah, their comms have to be just diabolical. Shotzzy's just like, all right, brother, like 2 and 10, can't win a gunfight. I don't get no auto aim on the hedges. Everything is terrible, but screw it. A win is a win in round 11 at that. Kenny getting his revenge, I would say, on Wixel for all the first bloods he was on the receiving end of. He gets to pick on the Falcons and just breaks them down, and I think that was sort of the name of the game for Falcons. Those guys were not reading the minimap very well at all. I mean, they thought Dashy teleported at one point in this game and were worried about the B site. Dashy, if he just goes for that plant, maybe could clutch another 1v2. There's times where they have the intel on the Optic members over towards one site and they're still just posted and cornered up across the map waiting for nothing. So Falcons, a couple right ideas, maybe just living in slow motion from time to time too, and I think that hurt them there in that round 11. But the only sweat, the only possibility for Optic to lose this series would be if they lose both of the SMDs. They have avoided that fate. And yeah, they get to see the ball go through the net, Miles. I'm staying on that theme.
2 balls now through the net, a pair, if you will, and now a heavy net as we go over to the desk to break down what has been a spicy series so far.
Thank you very much, Miles. Great work from Optic. You went back-to-back rounds. Nameless, we were giggling in here because Shotzi's having a rough time. Kenny's letting him know with the giggles.
Yeah, bro.
Vibes are high despite the struggle in that search.
I mean, yeah, Shotzi's like jumping on the head. He's like, surely I win this one. Exon just peels him, man. Like, they are shooting. And I gotta say, dude, this might be the best, like, performance of Falcons I've seen so far.
They play up to Optic.
Just the fight, man, and I just hate, like, in the final. So in this final round, you guys saw what they did, okay? So
What was different?
They had Wixel over, like, defending A, right? And what they were doing so well was they had 2 players. So it was King and Wixel playing at A, then the other 2 at B, right? And just kind of like giving him a little space mid. And Optic weren't really taking massive advantage of it.
Yeah.
And what would happen is when Optic would try to go up towards A or cheat up the street, they'd find those picks, right? Because you had 2 different angles. Well, what happened is they got a little worried, right? And so King wraps back to kind of play near B and watch mid, like a 5-5, we don't want anybody to get through type deal. And that leaves Wixel on an island by himself. When Optic decide to go A, they just pick him, and the round is blown up immediately once you get that bomb down, right? So just, I think, overthinking a little bit. And
Definitely.
like your calculated risk were working a lot on your defense. Let's roll with it in the round 11. Optic take advantage.
Yeah, and also maybe just like a play call that and something that veterans would have probably made in this situation is like the only bomb site that has really worked out for Optic Texas was A. We saw in the most recent round, Falcons found success towards A. Optic Texas answered with the push of their own. So it's only natural near this round 11. They're probably going to put a couple of more bodies towards that side of the map to play these picks because they know that they leave somebody there and it's going to be about isolating him for that first blood. So good. Got to tip your hat to Optic Texas, but from side of Vegas Falcons, man, you were right there. You were right there.
Shotzi's just happy to be done with it. You can see the pain on King and Xnit's face. They get it. They're all King dropping 11 kills in that search and destroy. Led the lobby. Vault Control coming up next. 3-0 should be on the horizon, right?
It should be, but like I said, this is the only respawn these guys have won. They've won it twice throughout the year. They beat Atlanta FaZe on Vault Control before, right? And honestly, through 2 maps, there's nobody in the world that can say Optic is playing amazing Call of Duty. Now, it was a round 11 where, like, honestly, if they played their initial strat, they probably beat you there. And then in that one, they had to clutch up down the stretch at the very end. So it could definitely go the way of Vegas.
One question before we move on to game time. Falcons, the players were popping off tonight, right? Their shots were dialed in.
Yeah.
How long before you learn the rest of the game?
I mean, it's tough. I feel like they're progressing with every single match. Like through these 2 maps, it's really just been the final moments, right? I don't know if they're just not calm or whatever it is, but you saw as the game went on, they get closer to that 6 mark, so they're getting hyped in the player cams, right? I really do think they need to calm themselves down the stretch of this. We saw at the end of the Skyline too, like on that P1, had an advantage, wasn't able to clean up the last guy on the hill, and then you just lose P1 and P2, right? So just got to calm down at the end.
All right, that's Nameless with a great breakdown for the Falcons, but now it's time for you guys to guess on a game I like to call Hidden Legends. Not Hidden Heroes, Hidden Legends this time around. Now, I'll give you a hint. One of these is Vegas. 3 of them are Optic. Allie, we're talking Legends, okay?
Legends.
That's the hint I'm giving you.
Oh, well, top left one's like kind of cheese, but I know which one it is.
4 average placement, 4.6 titles, 1 in.
Yeah, I mean, it's Karma, right? Because they're giving them the coach ring, too.
Giving them a lame coach ring. Is it Karma?
Yeah.
It is Karma.
Yo, does he get a hold on?
Crazy.
Yo, does he get a ring for that? That's crazy.
Chat, let us know.
I'll tip it.
Top
Goat, though.
Top right, you got 3 rings. Average placement 5.2.
That's kind of giving Clay. Is that Clay? Yes!
Vegas Clayster.
Is it bad that the reason I figured that out was like average placement 5.2?
0.2?
He's been on some rough teams.
Bottom left
First
is Scum.
average.
One ring.
Yeah.
Scum
Dang.
jumper.
Look at that.
And-
Titles 1 in 11. Unbelievable, bro.
Are we?
Hey, is that Crim? Nah. Did you guys really just do the dynasty? You
Crim
really did. You really did.
Well, besides Formal.
Right? I was going to say,
screw
where's
that
the
guy.
handsome guy? Formal, we miss you. Shout out to everyone watching this.
A lot of rings on that
panicking in the
graphic,
chat. Don't worry, it's over. The struggle on Surge, it's finished. You're going to Control. This should be easy, right, Miles?
Nope. 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 Absolutely not. You might have got through the first two, but this is still a tough one. I mean, anything can happen here on Vault Control, and frankly, chance it has. Like, this is a map that we've seen the Falcons win a few times, and Shotzi's going, what, 2-9 in S&D? It's going to hit the fan eventually, folks, and the series ain't done yet.
Sure. Yeah, we will absolutely push that narrative until the series ends, I suppose. But as pointed out, yeah, Vegas Falcons 2-6 record on the map. So if it were any other team, we'd be like, these guys are not good. But because they're 0-20 in hardpoint, we're like, hey, they can do the thing here. So we'll see. So Fist Bomb's out and about. We'll see if they've improved on their game. And I know the Optic fans are going to be dialed in. Everybody, pay attention to those KDs. We roast whoever technically does the worst and ignore the minimap. Who cares if they're making good plays in the meantime? Who cares if Dashy had 11 assists and 3,200 damage?
Doesn't matter.
He went like neg 10. We roast that guy.
We roast that guy. Chat's like this.
His ass is washed. Drop him.
Do not do that. Do not do that. You make another team a lot better. Here we go to Vault Control, folks. Anything can happen. This series is not over yet. You cannot count your chickens until they have hatched. Exnid going down low. It's two-man hit down low.
Isn't this like a Halo thing? Is it one of the ogre guys that would like draw the circle? Like keep
The ogre twitch. The ogre twitch. Dude, look at this route. Are you winning fights? Yeah, huh? Right back over we go. Exnid's looking to find kill number 3. Dashi times this right. There's the door. Turn around. Take the fight. Oh man, this is a wild opener. The first segment complete. Dahoom.
Yo. Yeah, look, honestly, phenomenal opening break. Love the creative idea. You get one tick over towards this zone. And maybe Dahoom gets you two. I don't think he actually got it, but his teammates also doing the right thing, chalking up the B time and making sure you secure A. So literally a perfect opening break, all things considered, from the Falcons. I mean, you're happy. You'll love to see it. And they got a massive life lead.
They got a huge life lead. And that's the second.
And now they got the second tick because Optic aren't playing the game.
They drained it for like a half a second, but that was not enough. Exnid's been spot out, but I don't know. This is going to be an interesting situation. Again, unusual minimap moment now. The Falcons have not left spawn. They've committed to looking for a ghost back there. Unable to track that last player, and now Kenny truly is in the back line. And Wixel's going to make his way forward now towards B. This is a moment of hesitation that could pay off for Optic.
Yeah, a magical minimap moment. You have 2 minutes and a life advantage. Guys, run it down. Like, this is where you're until you're down like 7 or 8 lives, run it down and force them to make mistakes.
Yeah, kill them, finish this. Wixel now being pushed back. Dashi and Pred in the feed. It's the wrong shade of green for the Falcons right now in the kill feed, and that is that. Wixel turns tail, cuts across the other side of the map, spotted out, and now things get weird. Here we go. Pred's on a 3. Looking for his next.
Yep, and Exnid is just going to feed it to him because Pred more patient than you ever need to be. And Kenny wins a huge one over towards Ammo to sort of set his team up. Dashy delivers with a force free of his own. It's not the ultimate spawn trap blender, but you went from being down 5 lives to up 5 lives in the span of 45 seconds. Falcons, they had their moment, but now you're just working yourself out of spawn.
I hate to say that. I might have called it, but it's not done yet. Falcons find a corner or ignore Pred altogether. Good luck. Again, nice positioning on the outside by Palms. Finds himself a good one on the approach now. Pred's going to be able to get these plays in a moat. And again, it's a wonderful spree right now from Pred and a very annoying situation to be in for the Falcons. 7 of them remaining. Anyone able to get even close enough to the B zone? Where was that aggression from the start? Come on, boys, get in there.
Oh, and they're just falling like
It's
dominoes,
not happening.
too.
Final 30. Final 5 lives. Falcons have done so much work now to fall over at the finish line in round 1. Another big one from Dashi. Closer they get. Anyone able to get in there? No. Finally onto the zone. 18 seconds. A 1v1.
I mean, this zone is going.
Reinforcements contest.
I mean, the zone is going.
It's not done yet.
I mean, the zone is gone, baby. Vegas Falcons getting the win, and if only we decapped the objective before the second tick went through. What could have been?
We could have been halfway through the second round by now. You know what I'm saying? We could be thinking about the third round. Either way, though, Falcons, an opening break for the ages.
This is beautiful. Yes, absolutely.
Really, really good. I mean, you don't go through mid to hole, you go through pool to go through the vault hole. And then you find yourself, what, 2 guys on B, they get kills all over the place. Exn is bottom of your spawn building. Like, good luck, have fun. Bit of a reality check there towards the middle of the round, though, is, I mean, they bled out real fast. Optic put the pressure on. They turned the temperature up immediately. Now they attack. Here we go.
I mean, sure. They're also not trying to win the game. Like, I don't get it. Maybe they just didn't notice, or I don't know if it was bad comms or laziness, or I don't know what happened, but either way, it potentially cost a mistake. King finally dies after going on his 5 spree in a little 1v1 standoff battle for the time. Dashy tried to do it with a pistol, but too much time wasted. Falcons holding strong on the defensive end, and the kills still flowing their way. Wixel just did a beautiful job of playing his life inside of P1.
Yeah, that was a seriously worth his weight in gold moment. Fred going for the in and out, gets himself into the zone for a second. Nice work on the next kill as well. Keeps the Falcons guessing. Not going to guess anymore, but will he just straight up win the gunfight? Full HP. Got his teammates now to back him up. We're capturing A.
Oh, and we are prowling for these kills too, and that is a tough moment. You like to get the kills to trap him from coming in there, but you don't often full send it out and hope you can get one. So minimal mistake that might have long-term consequences. Optic, 38 seconds to go, only a tick of progress on A.
We've identified X and they'd finally deal with him. 2 dead. Shots from Dahum. Nice teamwork again from Optic in the middle of the map. King battling now, trying to find his next one on this life, but Dashi playing the objective, playing it safe. He might lose the fight in the end, and King is there doing the best he can. And here comes a counterattack once again from the Falcons. The King, absolutely 3 in a row.
Oh, these are crazy pillar fights too. Yeah, I mean, Wixel had a bailout moment and King just took his turn. So on the defensive end, Vegas Falcons holding strong, and now you got 12 seconds in Optic trying to force things over towards B, but Vegas have it under lock and key. Not a lot of time to work with. Kenny's able to pick up 2. Pred's there for the extra trades in a desperation effort now on this A zone.
It's 2 players on the point. It's going to be a fast bit of work here on the capture. Dashi's perfect timing. He stops Dahum getting involved in the fight. Stuns are on the point.
Wow.
The zone is gone. An additional minute. Only 10 lives now for the Optic boys to get this done, but we've seen how it goes. Yeah, strap in, folks. This ain't over yet.
Oh, but all the Falcons need are the kills, and they just lost them, and they've left this B zone open. And Optic doing the smart thing and trying to check the corner shots. He's so unlucky with that player down low, but still heads up. Knows the pressure's coming from this direction. And Falcons have just stopped moving, and they're making it easy for them.
Oh, that could have been fun. Wins a big one. Stays alive. Only a single man on the zone capture. Pred pushing forward. Not going to go for the faster capture. Reinforcements now flooding their way down through the B street. It's going to be a straight up 4v4. The corner from Pred dealt with immediately. Now over to Shotzzy on the pinch. Gets at least one. Dealt with again. And now the Falcons forward.
At AV5 as well. Every life from Optic matters. So much importance, so much value. Dashi caught out in the open, somehow lives, and Pred gets the car bomb.
Oh, Pred's car bomb that takes care of King. That's the saving grace. The shots out of Dahum. Numbers now for Optic there on the point. Look towards the second segment of B. They get it. Now Wixel picks up a late pinch. Anyone home? Finds it. Still able to stop the clock? No. Exnid from upstairs.
Wow.
Last man left alive for Optic. Dashi, not a hope in hell. Falcons go up 2-0.
That's crazy. I mean, that's just efficient work effectively on the defensive end. It did get a little bit spicy, but when you have a 15-10 life lead, even after the A zone falls, if you're on defense, you should be good to go. I got a little bit nervous because Falcons, sometimes when they really slow the pace down, I feel like it's not always the right moment to do it, but you at least get the dub. Because they won that first round, they got the tick advantage long-term as well. Optic certainly now on the defensive end, though. Need to stabilize, clean up the mistakes, just decap B if a weird opening break happens, you know?
Stack the point. Don't play for corner kills. Stack the point as well. That was a nice best play as well. We got to watch King there with the life he had over by the pillars, dancing really well. He's having a lovely map, 18 to 13. Signs of life there from Dashy there at 16 and 12, but statistically, it don't matter if you're down 2 to nothing.
Here we go.
Another look at the opening break, and Optic, they've not read it again. Xnid, hi. He's in, and he's a problem. Dashy getting involved. Optic are pulled right back over towards the B side of the map this time round, and Dahum is doing some dance, man. This is the Omni movement.
Yeah, Kenny trying to hunt him down as well and successful at that. Okay, so Optic at least being very proactive about this B zone, and King's keeping the pressure up. It's the 2-front war, but as that finally falls, now you're forced to go back over towards A. So Optic absolutely make the adjustment on the defensive end, handle the finesse of that opening break, and to the A zone we go.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, the counter-offensive there from Xnid only finds one as Pred nets a pair, saves the A zone. They do not get rid of the progress just yet. So now Optic roaming the halls, hoping for errant kills. Pred finds one. Might be traded out here, but again, the A zone is very much still in jeopardy.
And he's just running circles right now around Xnid, but Xnid, yeah, finally gets the Call of Duty timing to go his way, gets the best of them. So maybe an open door to try to work something over towards this A zone. Dashy gets traded out, pressure on A, and nice pickup there from Xnid as well. So they're reading the minimap. They got the pressure. They sort of back down Shotzzy as well in this A zone. I mean, it should fall, but King actually, he just gets left by himself on an island. Yeah, you got to stab the objective. Please just jump on it. It's okay. It's safe over there.
Your teammates are funny kills.
It's not safe up here. It's safe on the zone.
Get back in the zone as Xnid. Nice shots in the first, and even better into the second. Pred, if he gets away with this, yeah, nice use of his lethal to buy him some space, but the A zone now evaporated. Pred staying alive in the middle of the map. It's all going to come down to Dashy. It's the last stalwart of defense here, and he finds one on the capture towards B. The Falcons fly.
Pred for the moment was on the opposite side of the map, so maybe an opportunity to get a little bit of pressure going. 3 down in the feed. Dashy, last man up. Dahum has made it to the zone, and he's got a trophy. Of course, though, with the close arch spawn, the slide out, no, gets caught. Falcons, they have the pressure.
Oh, didn't love the trophy placement. It's already gone thanks to the throwables there by the Optic boys. Now Dahum still trying to keep it up close and personal. Trey's there still rocking and rolling. A single life advantage. The flank from Wixel finds himself one, and now a wide open point. Fly, Falcons, fly. The 3-0 is yours.
Just don't get picked. I mean, Optic are going to have to flood into death. One last chance. Shotzzy gets caught. There's no one on the map that can do anything. Optic got to touch the zone. Someone get nearby, and you are dead. 3-0'd for the 3rd control map win Falcons have all year. And they made it look like light work in the end.
I mean, what? Parker asked me, is it going to be easy? I told you, no, it is not going to be easy. And 3-0 is a stinger. Oh, we go to the next hard point. We'll see how things go after that. But Vegas Falcons just showed us a brand new way to rock and roll all over Vault. That was an exciting route. We're seeing those pull through bottom mid, straight over towards B, keeping them guessing every single step of the way. Vegas Falcons just played a magnificent game. Outside of the, not mistake, but the pressure they let off in the first round, Chance, that was great. I mean, that first round really was the linchpin. If you do lose that first round, I think the Falcons collapse, and I think Optic find the momentum. But that saving grace might have just saved them the map.
Yeah, I completely agree. And then in the meantime, if you're paying attention to the stats there from Optic, which, I mean, obviously people are going to be paying attention to the stats. That's what they love doing. But I know last year, something Shotzzy talked a lot about was like playing with Pred for the first time at the start of last year. Very different play styles than he's used to working with as like an SMG duo. And I think for the new game, we're seeing some of those similar like growing pains. Because Shotzzy has been pretty painful, like a 14-23 off the back of an S&D that was not going great. But I just know there's moments on the mini-map where Pred is like, you know, the pressure's on B, you're on defense, and he's over there looking out towards pool and covering like the wrong outer palms. And Falcons players are able to just consistently like flood up towards the objective. So I still think they're having some pretty serious mini-map issues, but it might just be a growing pain situation for the boys. Not a ton of time on this game together just yet.
Not yet, really. But again, kudos to the Falcons. And a major shout out to King. He played himself a fantastic individual game. So a lot of highlight plays from him on the inside of A, dancing real well. Yeah, the B zone plays as well. We're watching him like find those advantages, find those tiny windows where he can slide out, get a kill, get back on the OBJ. moments of greatness, like real greatness. Gamers be gaming, man. I mean, that is exactly what we're seeing. And a 3-0 like that, it does, you know, it's going to leave a lot to be desired when we get into the red card, because again, 20-0 when it comes to the loss count, or 0-20, I should say, in hardpoint. Chance, is this the one, brother?
Well, I mean, this just shows why that round 11 in the red card, like, actually meant so much. Like, I'm trying to keep my tone over here nice and stable and be, like, as cold as possible, because the hot takes for Optic have been out of control recently. But
super hot.
If they had lost that red card round 11, like, oh, what could have been? But this is the ultimate sort of gauntlet. 0-20 record. You need a hard point win just to keep the series alive. And for what it's worth, the protocol for the map 5, Optic are much better on that compared to the Falcons. So I think Optic's still not a ton of pressure on them for this series, but if there was a map to win, maybe the 0-3 record doesn't look great. It's still just winless on the other side. So that's why I'm thinking for Optic, no sweat.
Yeah, no sweat. 0-3, 0-2 for red card hard points. I mean, neither of these teams are good at it, let's be honest. We're going to find out. I mean, someone has to walk away with the win, technically. Unless a draw. We haven't had any draws yet in this game. We've had a few in the past, but not too many in CDL history. CWL, a couple of spicy ones. World War II one, was it? Red Reserve. Scrap standing up like he managed to win the Ardennes Forest hard point, but now it's a draw. Insane moments like that. A bit of a pensive, you know, attitude across the board there from the Optic boys. You're definitely not out of the woods yet, and you're absolutely right, Chance. That round 11 goes such a long way. If you find yourself up 2-0 in this situation, or up 2-1 rather for the Falcons, it changes this entire series. But now they've got to do the unthinkable. They have to break the curse. They have to find a win here on hardpoint to stay alive. This is destiny. For Optic, it's just match point. I'm gonna call it like it is. I'm not gonna pretend. I mean, for them, it's just, we know exactly how to play this. Let's just get this done. For Vegas Falcons, this is a defining moment in their careers. 28 and 22 from exiting map 1. We know they're shooters. We know they can deal the damage. We've seen them rotate to hills. We've seen them set up. We've seen them address spawns. They just have to do it now for more than 2 sets in a row. Keep pace with one of the greatest teams we've seen do it. Here we go.
Yeah, the problem is, like, you know, in a hardpoint game, every player's making mistakes constantly because the game just gets played at light speed. But if you make, like, a catastrophic mistake against, like, a really solid CDL team, you're just going to get punished and lose. And I think Falcons, like, they are just breaking down in a bunch of different moments like this. They're going to have to outslay by 20 or 30 kills to get a dub here. So maybe a decent start. First 3 kills in the feed certainly do go their way, and Exit will be on the time collecting. So another strong opening break for the Falcons. Their homework has been pretty good, and Optic immediately bounce back and dominate the hill. 4-man wipe in the feed. We continue to go as Dashy is 3-0.
But yeah, nice work. Pred with the perfect timing there on the minimap. He turns to the last possible second to take care of King on the flank. Now the battle towards the front lines. Shotzzy getting involved. Gets away with his life, and now Kenny causing huge problems from top bus. That is a lovely angle to play from. Keeping that P2 side of the map safe for now. Optic, they've started things off quite nicely.
And look at that, what Kenny's like movement there just does. Drags these 2 players to this section of the map, and he's reading it the entire way. I mean, the Whom just spent 15 seconds wrapping back to deal with them, and now Kenny's just the front line. And the only thing for Optic here is you have to read the split spawns rolling through. So the guy on time, you see Dashy, his head is on a swivel because there's a lot of pressure on him, but he doesn't read it. So Optic trying to go for like a high value play. And it works out for a bit, but maybe long-term it can punish.
It might punish long-term. In the meantime, the trophy timing punishes a little bit there. Shotzzy now forward he goes. Not able to get the second man. 2 damaged up, and I love this patience. Allows the boys to push forward, gets his team forward as well. Not giving away these unnecessary deaths now. And that keeps the front line as safe as you can. Last man left alive. Up front was Wixel there for the Falcons brought down. And still a Mixie point at anyone's time.
That's an interesting sequence, too. I think if Optics sort of leave 1 extra player back near towards the time with Dashy, they could have locked this down for a full 60 and sort of flipped the map perfectly on its head. So I love the idea. The execution maybe only gets like a B-, but for Optic, you'll take it. You got a 20-point lead. You got the rotation anew. Problem for Dashy, there are a lot more Falcons players for the moment here than Optic. Big gunfights to win.
Yeah, a couple of naughty ones. Dahum is going to find trouble down street. Doesn't even get to the downstream problem. Gets through Dashy. There we go. Wow. 3 dead. Exiting now the last light here for the Falcons in this dark hardpoint. The Big Bruce brought down there again. The Jackal. Now, From upstairs, Shotzzy getting involved. Can't get it done. 3 dead in the feed right now as Vegas Falcons find the kills. Dashy on the other side and spawns a flip. So good and bad for the Falcons.
You'll take it. You take the hill time at the very least. I didn't think that break was going to go their way, but now as far as the hold goes, King tagged up, 1 shot, dropped. Dahum next in line, tagged up, 1 shot, traded out at the very least. Exit can't give you a little bit extra. The trade fest continues. In a moment where Optic goes into the hill up about 20, and they're going to leave the hill up about 20. So all things stock and standard, but once again for the rotation battle, Optic fully set up around the new time, and the minimap again does look perfect.
Perfect's a strong word, Chance. But so far, working out. Kenny's going to get ripped up here. Perfect timing from the attack there on the Falcons, boys. Pinstripe in the feed. Nice shots from Pred. Right back into time. You like this out of Optic. Starting to spin those plates. Starting to get things going. Shotzi's got himself Wixel pinned in. 3 dead again.
And just playing with the ideas. Perfect is a strong word, but it was the fact that he had 1 guy on the time from Optic, the other 3 players trapping everybody else in because the old time is still active. So they knew where everybody was coming from, and after they get the first few kills, everybody backs up. Yeah, this is a gorgeously played P4. I mean, Stage Hill that is completely dominant for the side of Optic, and frankly, it feels like they're just being able to set things up how you want it to have in practice. They are delivering right now in the game.
Yeah, the heat map for that hard point, very few kills taking place over by the point. Great work out of Optic. And a delightful lead going in towards New. However, the Falcons, they will be there first and foremost. This could be a big opportunity. Can we see a significant hold here from the Vegas squad as Shotzzy breaking ankles on the inside of the B-bomb site? 3 dead, 4 dead, no hold, no good. Optic hard point.
Yeah, and I appreciate the gameplay too, because we're just teaching Hardpoint 101, exactly how you want to break it down. Dashy challenging as well, but you overwhelm the BS&D for this one. You break the hill, and now it's just a victory lap of kills rolling through for Dashy.
Yeah, we're starting to rock, we're starting to roll. Let's go for a listening with Optic.
Nice, good shit, bro. Could be dark, could be burst, that's it.
Blocking.
I'll take ticket. I think one has to stay in.
Outside, first guy here.
Yeah, I'll take dark. First dark,
Pick him middle.
I'm in, I'll hold it, I'm ticket.
Still blocking.
He went deep.
Yeah, keep blocking. Still blocking. What is deep right, like right best?
You should bump me at all. I'm going to the top yellow.
I got you.
You heard?
I'm late there.
No, you're good. You can go take it in.
Nothing
outside. One outside, white. Oh, dead.
What dubs?
I will get time. Oh, yeah. Let. They're Phillies. I'm there top.
He's Philly.
Yeah, outside. Arm is up. I can't get that guy. Take it.
1 shot, absolute. Nice.
I'm living. I'm aping time. Mid right there. Box the time. They're dub. He's the dub.
Yeah, they're mid-head. We should play the right. There you go.
It's a time.
One time. Okay, exit's a ticket corner.
I'm Mr. Shell.
Nice.
Most Mr. late.
Spawn out, boys. They're spawning outside. P2 side.
Nothing outside. Mr. Mr. 1. Sidewalk.
I have their dubs.
He's outside sidewalk. One's behind us. Pillar. I'm taking.
What the fuck? I'm one. 1 shot, dude. He's 1 dub god.
We refilled again. There's one behind you, dub. We're missing one P2. We're taking one. He's got it. It's only got out. We're good.
You said that?
Dead.
Dub really weak.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna
back steps.
Take her out. I'm gonna go. Good. There?
One's in gold.
Sidewalk somewhere. Absolute. Excellent dub. Absolute. I'll see but it's fine. Stay. RH. They all spawn there. 3 front.
I got the goal.
Play the contestant. Keep away.
Hot dog 1 HP.
Stage.
It's a fantastic scoreline chance for the Optic boys. They are certainly running it here on Red Card. Any takeaways from listening?
No, I mean, listening, super solid. Nothing really to complain about. Good usage of the streak as well to open up the hill. And another moment for Falcons where, like, I think they got 1 second on P1, won the rotation to P2, and admittedly the Hellstorm causes problems, but they were still only soaked up like 4 seconds at time. And seemed like almost a refusal to hop on the objective. Not entirely sure of who should have been doing it, but we've been talking about the rotations quite a bit. Optic once again staying ahead of the game. They've won every single rotation, but like...
Yeah, the P5 rings a bell there. Kenny doing the best he can on the stairwell. Reposition, stays off the X, gets a nice kill. 2 there in the feed there for the Optic Boys. Another fight towards the point shots. He's doing the dance, getting the kills. It's Kenny in the 3, finding them all there. 26 and 15 with just under a minute of time to his name. And this is looking great now. 200 points and crossed for Optic, looking to put the Falcons out of Miner 2.
Yeah, and you just get to see the difference, like the different spots Kenny has been able to play this game because he's able to get active and take space and sort of make those like Slayer-esque type plays, and he's been very much enjoying himself when you're going for like maximal value. So once again, Optic maybe on this stage hill, it'll be where they close things out, looking for the 100-point club as well. Stage was perfect last go around, and Pred, his first victim of the year.
He's waited so long to do this, and with such a lovely view, I'm hesitant to call it romantic, but it is what it is. It's still the hard point now in the hands of the Optic Boys as Wixel's gone, and now Pred, he turns himself into an absolute monument of Optic success here on this map.
Yeah, actually, you gotta do something, buddy. I know it's not easy. His teammates working the pitch, but we gotta get going if you want to get through the break. Win the first couple gunfights. Shotzzy now down low. Does he have help? Yes, he does. That player tagged up in one shot. Fred's still the overseer with the help, and Shotzzy down low wins it with the aims. Clean, efficient, destructive. I mean, maybe a B+ overall on the report card here from Optic once they close this one out, but all things considered, it has been a super solid red card.
Very solid red card indeed. Last few moments now, the final few battles, the final 10 go the way of the Vegas Falcons. Not going to go to the Optic Boys. There's a clean set of kills as they're going to let this hard point go. They really do not need it. Over towards the new one you want. That's where the game will be won. Optic flying through the middle of the map. Pred and Kenny finding their kills into the time. It goes the right shade of green for Optic for the first time in a long time, ladies and gentlemen. Optic Texas bring down the Vegas Falcons here in Miner 2.
Yeah, can't believe they lost the vault control like they did, but all in all, you'll take the dub. A nice little round 11 win and a red card that, again, it is their first win of the year. It's obviously the easiest team in the league to beat in this game mode. Shout out 0-21, but the way they played it, I thought showed off some good stuff coming in from Optic Texas. So congrats on the free win in the minor. You do not get any CDL points for that one, but you see the ball go through the net and you move on, and I believe play Toronto for their next series. So a much tougher task, and we'll see exactly what Optic we're going to get throughout this minor, but taking care of business in their first series.
Absolutely a tougher task, but I feel like you've caught Toronto on a bit of a downward slope right now. I mean, they're not looking as dominant as they have in the past, but hey, anything can happen here once again in the CDL. There we go, 250 to 102. I finally got there in the end. The score line, and a 3-1 overall. Optic Texas not without its fair share of drama this series, but the red card very much open and shut. To think that we could be going to another S&D now at Game 5. Desk called Game 5 as well. I think a lot of pundits had Game 5, especially after seeing the maps, but a close one up into P3. But that is the way it seems to go for the Falcons' chance. Once they fall apart, it's one deciding moment in a hardpoint game, and there is no comeback there. Once they're down, they are out. The Vegas Falcons in hardpoint, the problems continue, and